It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Monday, November 16th, 2020. It's 7 a.m. Hi.
You all excited down there?
I just wondered where we've been if we was coming back.
I was a little nervous.
I
was too.
I counted down. Be happy. I counted down.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
you went
Monday.
too far. You got to remember your job is this: 3, 2, 1.
That's it.
But
You,
he's so
you don't get
excited
paid
about
overtime.
it. He does it.
I don't get paid for the 4 and 5.
I tell you one thing: I wanted hazard duty pay in Pine Bluff. Right now.
We were just talking.
I'm putting
about
in
that
for. If I
whole-
don't get it, we're in trouble.
Lovely city, huh?
Oh man, yeah,
We
honey,
are
you ain't
blessed
in
here.
Mountain Home no more. Okie dokie. I get your point.
Welcome to Down on the Corner program, brought to you by your local hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East, 425-3191. Tell us about Sears. How's things going?
Sears is having a pre-Black Friday sale at the moment. They've got some tables set up for things from 7, 20, 25, 30, and 50. A bunch of stuff on each one of those tables. They've got appliances on sale, refrigerators, ranges, stoves, microwaves, dishwashers. They can order freezers in, but they have to be pre-ordered and paid up front, or they don't get them, just because they're filling the prepaid orders first. Best way to do it, but they do have them available. I think right now, if you ordered today, they would be in on 12/9.
Wow.
So just a couple weeks out.
Yeah.
If you need one for Christmas, better
Need
get
one-
over there and order it now.
if you're planning on shooting that big buck next season, the next season coming up, you better get a freezer. If you've got a steer or something going to slaughter, you better buy it now, because if not, you're going to be waiting.
Gonna be waiting. Wow. Your hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62. He sets up on the hill behind Wendy's. Same parking lot as Orscheln's, out in front of Physical Therapy Connection. The very best in home appliances, home entertainment, lawn care equipment, tools. They've got DeWalt, Craftsman, and then in the appliances, they've got Kenmore, KitchenAid.
LG, Samsung, Frigidaire, Maytag.
Good.
All your top of the lines.
Top of the line stuff. And then to be home,
And I just tell you this real quick. If JR's known of an issue with one motherboard or whatever it may be, he ain't gonna sell it to you.
really.
He said, I'll let him come back and get it, because I'm not going to sell it and have to deal with it later. He said, what I've got in here is a lot of it's from when he bought the store. He said, when it's gone, I'm not replenishing that model. I know there's issues with it. I'm not going to keep
Oh,
stocking.
wow.
There you go. That's the right.
So you can weed out the bad stuff.
Weed
That's
out the
good.
bad
That's
stuff.
good. That's the advantage of being locally owned and operated. He's taking care of the folks that come in. And we do want to invite folks from other counties and, of course, state of Missouri. Come on down if you're in Howell County or Ozark County. Come on down and visit your hometown Sears store. They shut down in West Plains, so that leaves
They did shut down in West Plains.
So
Leaves
come on
one
down to
in,
Mount Home.
there's a small catalog, what used to be a catalog store, but they do have product in Ash Flat. And then there's one in Batesville.
Oh, yeah.
But
Your
come on
hometown
in.
Se- Do it.
Come on in.
Come on in. Love to have you. You betcha. Your hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East, up behind Wendy's, 425-3191. Stop by. Give them a call. Love to have you stop by your hometown Sears store. Locally owned and operated. I mean, it's owned here. It couldn't get any more hometown than your Sears store. And JR and his staff will bend over backwards to serve you. So give them a call or stop by. Love to have folks stop in your hometown Sears store. We're enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. And you can do the same thing. 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. Of course, Baxter Regional's main entrance. And we've got Bomber Boulevard and 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. Bomber Boulevard will be getting busy here within the next 15 to 20 minutes. And other than that, you can go out to out in front of Anytime Fitness out by the Walmart area and pick up the best coffee in town. Brewed Awakening coffee is the best coffee in town. As Mike says, hey, man, we are real coffee. And we'd love to have you stop by the studio sometime and have coffee with us. We're at 1226 Commerce Drive here in Mountain Home. Come out and enjoy the best coffee in town, or stop by Brewed Awakening, one of the 3 locations. And Mr. High Bidder over here is going to tell us about the drink of the day.
High bidder. There we go.
I call him Tight Pockets, but you call him what you want.
Tight Pockets, explain.
Hey, I got up there. I'm not going to start with a high bid. What are you, crazy?
We had so much fun. He bids on an item Thursday night. He picks up who it is. So as soon as I picked up on it, we went back and forth.
I might have to go with the secret name. You guys don't know. Oh, well, it's Scooter. We need people to bid against Scooter. Come on, call in.
It's a charity.
Done, didn't we?
It's a charity.
What's the coffee of the day?
We're going to go with the Speedball.
What's that?
It's a bean freeze. It's got 2 extra espresso shots, ground espresso beans.
Espresso.
Espresso.
been pine bluff too
Chocolate
long.
chips and vanilla.
Not bad.
It's a bean freeze, so it's a freeze drink.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That
there
and
you
other
go.
favorites available at Brewed Awakening, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and his staff do a great job at all 3 locations. Check them out today. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in town, talk to Bruce, Brad, Charlotte, Chris. Anyone out there can help you. And they're very professional, caring, loving, understanding. And can't see no good thing about the Roller Funeral Home people. With all our respect, that's how they do business on a daily basis, whether it's a family member, loved one, friend, whatever it may be. Let Rollers handle it. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. They bring the morning prayer each and every day. So let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, as we grind on with this never-ending virus, plus the election results are still unsettled, we the people are tired and pretty well fed up with government and its mandates. We are a free people capable of making our own decisions for ourselves and our family. We don't need a governor telling us how many people can go into a family member's home for Thanksgiving. But Lord, not only do I pray for those folks with COVID, but also with people suffering from cancer, heart problems, shingles, dementia, and other illnesses, which is swept under the rug during the focus on COVID. Lord, I pray you heal our people, heal our nation, and protect us from evil. And that's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now, da da da, the weather.
What do you think?
It wasn't too bad.
You can't judge yourself, Scooter. Gee. Like the Miss America pageant. Well, I'm from Arkansas. I win.
There you go. See? Yes, you
Who do you
can.
think you are, Steve Harvey?
Yes, you can.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zdora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net. Time to take a look at the White River.
Foggy or not foggy? What are you going for this morning?
I'd say not foggy.
I'm saying
You don't get a pick.
foggy.
You're going to go with foggy. And Bob wins.
It's really foggy. He gets the prize plus one on that one. My
Because
goodness.
as
Let's
much ice as was on my window this morning, it had to be foggy.
Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at the normal shot taken around September a year or so ago. Cameras mounted in Marion County, Arkansas, looking into Baxter County, Arkansas. The city of Cotter, of course, the White River separates the 2 counties. The bridge, 62412 Highway Bridge, to the left side of the screen, and you can see the beautiful shot right there. Normally, it's when there's no fog. I mean, it's a very beautiful shot in the morning. Sometimes the city lights and bridge lights are still on. You can go to RetireToArkansas.net, check out the White River, and there's a little camera icon in the lower right-hand side of the screen where you take pictures throughout the day. Send it to family and friends, or use it as a screensaver or backdrop on your computer or other devices. And while you're there, check out all the listings with the Z-Team, Century 21 LeMac Real Estate, and the multiple listing service. Both in Arkansas and Missouri, the Z-Team is ready to serve you today.
I went the other day when we had those storms that came through.
Mm-hmm.
I went in and logged in. I was watching the live cam, and it'd be kind of dark. You could see the lights and everything. All of a sudden,
Oh, wow.
everything. It is daylight. It is nothing but lightning. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Be sure to check out all the listings at RetireToArkansas.net, both in Arkansas and Missouri. The Z-Team is ready to serve you from Marshall to Mountain View, Arkansas to Mountain View, Missouri, back to Gainesville. So give them a call, 870-405-0793. Bob will be on here in a few minutes with This Week in Real Estate. The Z-Team for all your real estate needs. They bring you the morning weather each and every day. Right now, 33 degrees in Mountain Home. It's 39 in Harrison, 35 at Batesville and Salem, 33 at Calico Rock. A little bit cooler at Flippin, where it's 28 degrees there, 28 at Marshall, 35 at West Plains and around the region, St. Louis at 31, Poplar Bluff 34, Springfield at 33. 5 degrees difference between here and Watford City, North Dakota. To put it in contrast, sometimes they're very chilly up there. Wow. National radar, not much going on. We have a little bit in Oregon and Washington State, moving into Boise, Idaho. Other than that, a little bit of freezing precip in North Dakota and Minnesota, and some precip in New York going into Vermont, New Hampshire, and places like that. Arkansas, Missouri, Louisiana, and Illinois look like we're in pretty good shape. Take a look at those highways in Arkansas real quick. 62 412 is clear. Highway 65 to Branson. Highway 67 167 out of Little Rock, going up from Little Rock to Batesville and on up to Poplar Bluff. Your interstates 30, 40, 45. Take two. 30, 40. What am I missing? 30, 40, 55, 530, and 49. That's what I'm missing right there. We're all clear at this time. You see Memphis on I-40. Dyersburg, Tennessee on I-155 is clear. Moving up into Missouri, 60 and 160 clear. Highway 65 there. Interstates 49, 29, 70, 44, and 55 all clear. Kansas City, Columbia, Jeff City, St. Louis, Cape, and Springfield. Southern Illinois, I-64 east from East St. Louis, Illinois, Mount Vernon. Looks good there. I-57, Southern Illinois, Carroll area, not bad at all. 7-day forecast, we've got high of 67 today, 64 on Tuesday, 65 on Wednesday, 69 on Thursday, and 69 on Friday. Bright, sunshiny skies, and looks like no rain in the forecast till about the weekend. Checking iDrive Arkansas real quick. We have an accident or something going on here. We have an accident, exit 4 on Interstate 55 in West Memphis. And other than that, everything's running smoothly. State of Missouri, we still, there's a little flood watch box right here. Let's see. Route AB is closed due to flooding in Missouri, and that's north of Highway 60, and I don't know what county that would be in Missouri. We should do this to show you how to navigate these maps, so you wonder what this means. That's what it means. Here we got road construction at Thayer, Missouri on Highway 63 Business Loop, but it's shut down for a little bit.
Rest of the year, they said.
Is the rest of the year? Yeah. State drought monitor. We have a little bit of drought in the central part of the state. Pulaski, Faulkner, Conway counties, a little bit of dryness there, along with Benton County and northern Arkansas. Missouri, a lot of drought in the northern part of the state, north of I-70, North Missouri River right there. Bull Shoals Lake sitting at 660.33. It's a foot and a third above 659. Norfolk Lake is sitting at 552. I'm sorry, 555. It's 3 feet above 552. And then our good old buddy, the coronavirus. Time for that update. We have in the 6-county area, Baxter, Marion, Searcy, Stone, Izard, and Fulton, the total of 660 active. 2,670 have recovered in the 6-county area. There's 77 in the hospital. Of those, 44 in ICU with 6 on ventilators. Around the state, we have 118,843 confirmed with 114,312. In the state of Arkansas, I'll pull this up on the screen so we can see it on screen here. We have 830 positive admissions in the state. Now, this is a state with 3.2 million people. 830 people in the hospital, 317 in ICU, and 116 on ventilators throughout the state of Arkansas. Crude oil prices right now sitting at $41.66. It's up 153. Dow Jones Industrial Average closed up almost 400 points on Friday to close at 29,479.81. And I think we got it all covered. Football Friday night was very successful for the Bombers.
If you did not make the trip down to Pine Bluff, which I don't blame you if you didn't, and haven't had an opportunity to take a look at that game, go to youtube.com, pull up Mountain Home Bomber Football is a good way to get that, I think, Scooter.
Yep.
And watch that game. We were down 14-0 at the halftime, come back and won the game 24-20. But if you ever wondered how a young man from Mountain Home, Arkansas by the name of Logan Walker could be the #1 return man for punts and kickoffs in the nation, you'll know by watching that ball game.
Wow. So what was it that put new spark plugs in that engine? I mean, from first half, second half?
Just the coaches just making adjustments.
That's good.
Yeah, I heard Coach Airy talking to a parent afterwards. He said, we just didn't get down. We didn't get aggravated. We didn't jump the bones. We just said, guys, we can win this, but we're going to have to do this, and this to do it.
And got it done.
He turned
Good
it
win
around,
at
pulled it off,
Friday night.
and it was a heck of a game. If you did not get a chance to make the trip with him or go down there to watch it live, tune into youtube.com, watch it on YouTube, and you'll understand how much of a good game it was.
Especially that last quarter.
Especially the last quarter.
There you go.
Yeah.
Last
half of the last quarter. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
7:15, time for a break. Coming up this week in real estate with Bob Zdora. Stick around. Be right back.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z Team at Century 21 LeMac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service, small enough to know you and large enough to service you. Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
$7:18, time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. The website, retiretoarkansas.net.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
See how well they worked? You just did 3, 2, 1. It went smooth as butter.
For once.
I need to leave the 5 and the 4 out.
That's
is what
right.
they're
You
saying.
see, don't you kind of
Twisted up when he has that 5 and 4.
that gets oversteps what his normal routine is, and it's like, wait a minute, what are we doing here? Yeah.
I'm just a simple man.
Just a simple man. And back to the show.
Oh yeah.
You guys got warped up down in Pine Bluff. What did they tell you when parking at Pine Bluff? It's either going to get towed, stolen, or it might be there when the game's over.
That's all the 3 guarantees.
But that's it.
Because you know why? Honey, you ain't in Mountain Home no more.
I bet we can elaborate on that real estate wise, can't
Oh man.
we? No, that's what she
Good.
said. You can park right there.
Dude,
It could get
Yep.
towed. It could get stolen. If you're lucky, it's going to be right there when you get back.
Yep. We used to have that around the stadium. People would come in, they would park, and the kids would say, "Watch your hubcaps." And if they had any sense, they'd give them, 50 cents or a buck or whatever, and say, "Yeah, please, thank you, whatever." And then you get the smart guys that say, "No." Well, we've seen them where the car was gone and they left the 4 hubcaps where the hubcaps were supposed to be. Car's gone. But that's just, that's just life. That's just life.
And just listen to these guys talk about the conditions at Pine Bluff, and then you come back to what we've got.
Exactly. We are truly in God's country, and we say that. Me and Linda sit up there and we look out, or whether it's looking at the camera, just having Sunday dinner as we do. We try to have dinner every Sunday up there and just look out and we say a little prayer, and we realize how blessed we are to be here. And more and more people are realizing that as well. And we're seeing people from all over. We're seeing, we put 3 properties under contract this weekend. And people, oh, that's really great. But now the work begins. It's not, selling stuff isn't as difficult as it has been at other times. But moving them forward and making sure that the people, the buyers that really have the money, the importance of being pre-approved just cannot be overstated, especially in this market, because a seller, they want to know that you can actually go forward here, because otherwise you're wasting my time because somebody else may be coming in the door to make an offer. So we want to make sure that people are pre-approved, get ready for the inspections, get ready when the inspections are done, getting the repairs done, getting whether it's going to be, they're going to have to be completed or it's going to be a credit at closing. Those are the kind of things that making sure the appraiser gets in there. Just all the stuff that goes on that people don't really think about. They think, oh man, you guys selling houses, you got it made right now. No, we don't. 9 o'clock at night, Linda's up. 5 o'clock this morning, she's up sending out emails and following up on stuff, making sure that everything is done. So the idea is to take the pressure off of you, buyer, seller, whatever it is that you may be. The more we can get done, the better everything is going to be. And that's where we are with it. It's a business. It's a service business is basically what it is. I think that helped when we were getting started. I was able to make the jump from being the police to the real estate because it's very similar in a lot of ways. You're solving problems for people. You're helping to find solutions that are going to help to make their lives better. A lot of police work is the same thing. It's not all chasing bad guys and stuff, and even chasing bad guys is about solving a problem that they caused for somebody else. So I've been able to turn that into this business, and it's been good for us, and it's been good for a lot of our clients. It's been good for a lot of people.
Made a lot of good friends, haven't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we have. And and still get calls from people who say, hey, let's go to lunch and things like that over, people that you've known for years, and it's made a big difference. Yeah. It really has. So
what are we seeing travel-wise? I know we got COVID-19 restrictions and stuff going on. You still getting out-of-state people?
People are still coming down. Yeah, I think if they're quiet when they sneak back in to Illinois or wherever it is that they may be, they're just going. I mean, you can see the license plates. You get Texas and Tennessee and Louisiana, Illinois, Indiana, Utah, Colorado. People have come from all over. And the internet, and with the internet, Linda talks to people from all over the country, looking to get information because they don't know what they don't know. We've had people say, well, in Arizona they do. That's great. Not Arizona. Yeah. Every state is unique in that, and how they're licensed and how the license law is for real estate. Right. California, the contract's like, 80 some pages. They come and they see ours and they think that it's just like the preamble. Like, no, that's it. We had somebody that we sent to North Virginia, and it was like 42 pages. The agent called me and she says, where's the rest of it? I said, no, that's it. She says, what do you mean that's it? I says, that's it. That's our contract. Ours is 42 pages plus the disclosure. It's like, sorry. But we don't have the big government here. We don't, and that's something that we really should pride ourselves. They may complain about the governor here and stuff, and about the government here, but believe me, we're much better than many, vast majority of places. They've done a good job, and our real estate forums, the Arkansas Real Estate Association, they're stolen by states all the time. The different amendments that we have, addendums that we have, the lawyer, and they go back after these states when they steal the stuff. He says he's seen them when they just whited out Arkansas and typed in Rhode Island or whatever it was. It was like, really? You couldn't even type up your own and use your own font? But that's how good our real estate contracts are here.
Really?
Yeah, and they've held up in any kind of court, and they've been used in court cases in other states.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah, the Arkansas Real Estate Association does a great job, and it'd be commended for that.
Good. Wow.
It's
So
been-
I'm anxious to see the numbers, and then, we're coming in, and how many years have we been doing this now?
we've been at it for a few.
few years. That discussion's going to be coming up at Thanksgiving. There may not be as many people around the table this year due to the
Yeah, right. It'll be a Zoom Zoom giving or
Thanksgiving,
something.
yeah.
I don't know.
Take a look at this turkey.
Thank Zooming maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
But the subject comes up, Mom, Dad, you're not 62 years old anymore. You're now 86, 87. You're going to keep 3 acres and a 5-bedroom house.
Yeah, and that's the problem because of the circumstances are that Mom and Dad, places that they may want to go to, they may not want to go to right now, and that's where we've got the shrinkage here. People that would normally leave to go to Arizona, Florida, wherever it was that they always wanted to go to, go back home because there's sicknesses or whatever, and they were going to go and live with the kids. We're going to take care of them at this stage of their life. They're not going back. They're not going back to Detroit or Dallas or Denver, any big city, because of the COVID and the lockdowns and the number of cases in these places compared to us. I mean, and our numbers are kicking up too. We got to be careful, okay? A little distance and wash your hands goes a long way. And we want to make sure that, and so these people that would normally be leaving and these houses would have become available, they're not as many of them are becoming available. People are leaving because of work, getting different jobs, and being able to go to other places. That's where a lot of the market where we're getting the houses from. But more people want to come here than want to go. And so people that we're closing on one tomorrow where they were on a bigger property and it was too much to take care of, and but we were fortunate. God bless them. We found a house that was like, we got to find you something because we're going to be tick-tocking. There isn't a lot of things. Goes out. I says, well, here, take a look in this. I gave him 3 houses. I said, drive by, see if you like where they're at, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, fine. The first house, we want to see this one. Okay, I'll be out there in 5 minutes. I drive out there, open the door, she walks in, takes a look around. This is perfect. It's like, thank you.
What are the odds?
Because there aren't a lot of houses out there. I mean, we've had other people and we've shown them 10 places and they're not, you don't have, and it's been over a period of time. You don't have like 10 houses you could go out in any one price point, in any one demographic. There aren't 10 houses. There's maybe 2, and maybe 2 weeks from now, maybe there'll be 2 different ones that'll come up if they didn't go under contract before. And that's what we're running into is houses, the number of houses that come up pending when they come up. Because I've got a couple in a car that I'm taking to the office. Like I said, we put 3 under this weekend, and one of them was that. And then another one, the people had told the neighbors that they were going to be going, and the neighbors were lined up. And we were like, nobody's going to see this place until we get it all done, and we get it listed, and everybody gets a shot. And came in, boom, 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 offer, ready, go.
Oh.
And that was that. So it's been busy, but like I say, the work, that's just getting the work started. That's getting people to be able to, okay, you found a house for them, now be able to close it, now be able to get them to what it is they want to do. And then go from there.
Take a look at the numbers.
This week in real estate, there were, I got one more thing I want to do.
Yeah.
Reeves Propane, he's the sponsor, right?
Yes.
Yes, he is. I cannot say enough good things about Reeves Propane. I cannot say enough bad things about another large company that's here in town. I just cannot say enough bad things about them, but I cannot say enough good things about Reeves. The staff over in Gassville is wonderful, way out of their way to try to, especially from going through the other experience, they are the best. So if you need propane, Reeves. This week in real estate. Well, I'm serious, and I felt that I said, well, he used to be on the radio with us too. He's a nice guy.
He is.
He is a nice guy, but his staff is real good as well.
He wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. This week in real estate, there were 50 new listings came on. 5 commercial properties, 15 parcels of land, 30 homes came on the market. They came on in the range from $575,000 to $25,000. 4 of those came on as active contingent. Average price coming on the market this week was $187,000. There were 47 sales last week. 2 parcels of land, 45 homes closed last week. They closed in a range from $445,000 to $22,000. The average sale price was $184,000 with 120 days on market, but $8.3 million
Oh my goodness.
in residential real estate closed this past week. So, for being the first week of November, it's busy.
Man alive.
9 properties expired, 16 had price changes. There's still 105 pendings. So,
How many's on the MLS?
how many are on the
I missed that
MLS?
one.
There's currently, we're down to 246 homes are listed on the MLS.
Lands, wow.
87 in Mountain Home, 16 in Bull Shoals, 3 in Cotter. And again, that 246, that's not an accurate number because there are multiple insertions for some homes. Well, you'll have a house and it'll be a house in 5 acres, a house in 10 acres, a house in 50 acres. So
8.3
you'll
million.
get a number of those, or bedrooms will sometimes affect that as well. Year to date, there's been 1,079 homes have sold for $180.7 million. Average sale price this year is $167 with 141 days on market. For 2019, there had been 1,010 homes that sold for $150.3 thousand. Average sale price last year was $148 with 133 days on market. So we've had here's 69 more homes have sold this year than last year. And last year was just smoking. We were busy. The market was busy. It was one of the best years ever last year, and it was moving in the right direction. Economy was doing great. Interest rates are great. Economy's taking a few bumps now as far as the employment numbers, but the interest rates are still phenomenal. And if you're in any kind of position to buy something, then you need to buy something. If you're in a rental, you want to get out, you want to be able to paint the walls your color, be able to have a dog, whatever the case may be. People are having babies, a lot of spare time on their hands, and we're seeing that. It's good to see them at church. The little baby bumps as they're walking in there. So to see these young families getting started and things, and that's just so cool for me. Anyway, give my honey a call. She's at 870-405-0793. The website, retiredtoarkansas.net, and it's got all the MLSs on there, all the listings are on there, and we can help you. We're buyers representatives recognized by the National Association of Realtors. We can help you with anybody's listing. It doesn't have to be a Century 21 listing. It doesn't have to be just one of ours. We can help you with any listing, and we are glad to do that.
Explain. Let's look at that MLS. That's really important because the 8.3 million. That's just multiple listing service.
Yes.
Now the MLS numbers that you can put in, I'm looking at right now, we can put in that MLS number and pick up any listing throughout this area.
Oh yeah, and if you don't have the MLS number, that's fine. If you have a street name, if you have if you're looking for 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and you can put your price point in there, you can kind of broaden your search out and then kind of bring it back in. If you're looking for specific areas, there's little boxes on there that you can check, and it's a good general search. And then, like I say, if you see something you like, you're driving around, you see a sign, and you don't, oh, that's a nice house. I wonder what they want for that. You can give us a call, and we'll be glad to help you out.
Can we throw this up on the screen real quick? We still got about a minute here.
Myself,
this right
Linda.
Where it says "Find your new home" right here.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep. And myself, Linda, Reese, Darlene, Sam. I mean,
The whole team.
everybody, the whole team, ready to go. Darlene and Linda are both licensed in Missouri, so we can help up there. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell up in Missouri, we can help with that. Reese has been just a ball of fire, helping us down in that southern area down there, from Calico to Mountain View to Marshall. He's been everywhere down there.
Highway 14 hot.
And he knows all that. See, that's the whole thing. He knows that area, and that's so important for you as a client because he knows how to bring people to your house. And he's got the power of Century 21. There's some nice realtors down there, but they don't have that advertising reach that we do as far as getting your home sold. And between Century 21, between the website retiredarkansas.net, we've helped hundreds and hundreds of people. And we're going to continue to do so. We're going to be here. We're here for the long haul. This isn't just something we decided to do, and we're not going to fold up the tent. We're at the main office. If you go there, ask for the Z team. If you call there, ask for the Z team. If we're not there, they'll find us. And but the best thing to do is call my honey, 870-405-0793.
All right. For all your real estate needs, the Z Team, once again, 405-0793, retiredarkansas.net.
Yes, sir.
Coming up, Missing Monday with Brent Weaver. Stick around. Be right back. Step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because I don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
$7:39 Missing Monday is brought to you by People That Care, Connecticut Water Systems, J. Chafin State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Happy Lawn Care LLC, and they are proudly insured by J. Chafin State Farm. Also the Brandon Burlsworth Foundation and St. Peter Catholic Church. Brent?
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
All right. Getting ready to go into a topic that's very long and we're still getting a lot of studies on because it's been around a while, but we're just now, I guess, focusing on it, and that's human trafficking.
Okay.
So good morning, Genevieve.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
All right. And there's basically 3 different types of human trafficking. If people not familiar with the human trafficking issue, And I think sexual or the sex trafficking is probably the biggest. Probably about, I'm going to guess, what would you say, about 79% of it is sexual trafficking. But there are some other areas of trafficking, and such as labor trafficking and domestic servitude. So I'm going to let Genevieve talk about some human trafficking, and I've got some statistics. I'm kind of disappointed in the state of Arkansas with their how we're combating human trafficking here in the state. But I'll go ahead and let Genevieve talk a little bit about human trafficking.
Okay.
Yeah, Brent, human trafficking basically encompasses all of the variations of trafficking that you just mentioned. Human trafficking, the sex trafficking form, is the one that we see and work with the most. It's very difficult to identify sex trafficking, which makes it very difficult to make arrests and prosecute. For one thing, most people who are being trafficked sexually they're basically brainwashed. It's much like what we hear, abuse situations or cultic situations, where they're brainwashed and they don't even realize that that's what's happening to them. And so they develop a relationship with the person who is doing this to them. Oftentimes it becomes very difficult to get someone who is being trafficked. Along with that, there's the fear aspect as well. So it becomes very difficult to get someone who is being trafficked to testify against their trafficker. So it's a really fine line that's walked when it comes to trafficking, both in rescuing someone, identifying it, and then also trying to arrest and prosecute someone. On average, the age of someone who's being sex trafficked is 12 to 14 years old. And when they are being trafficked, it is on average for 7 to 10 years. And then the outcome of that is typically not a good scenario when they come out of it. Because the age is so young, back in 2017, Arkansas legislation said our educators need to be required to have education understanding sex trafficking, what it looks like, how to identify it, how to identify not only a child who might be being trafficked, but who might be in an environment where someone that they're with is being trafficked. And so they mandated laws that said all educators have to have education on sex trafficking, because they're the front line. They're the ones who are with these kids who are the average age of those most likely to be trafficked. So it's a really crazy scenario that we have going on in the world today.
I got a question. Did I hear you say that they have kind of a brainwashing through a cult-like situation? Did I hear that correctly?
They are brainwashed, much like similar to what we see in someone who is being brainwashed for a cult situation or any scenario. Oftentimes it's kind of the same scenario you find where we have a difficult time understanding a person who is in an abusive relationship or an abusive home, and our mentality is, why don't they just leave? We don't understand why they don't just walk away. And it's that same mentality. They're brainwashed. That's how they end up pulling them in. I think a lot of people tend to look at victims of sex trafficking, and their scenario is much like the movie Taken. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Taken or not, but it's where a young girl goes to a European country, and while she's there, she's kidnapped, and then she's sold into sex slavery. And that tends to be most people's identifying sex trafficking. That's what it looks like to them. And although there are definitely situations where that's the case, that is not the typical situation here in the United States. So here in the U.S., here in Arkansas, trafficking looks much more like kids who live at home. They sleep in their beds every night. They get up and go to school every day, and no one knows that they're in a trafficked environment. And that often is because it looks so much different than that scenario we have in our head, similar to the movie Taken. So they very much are coerced and brainwashed. Sorry, this is our therapy cat, Simon. He's one of our office therapy cats that we use here, and he's determined to make his television debut. So oftentimes they're coerced and brainwashed very much the way that someone might be brainwashed in a cult or in an abusive situation.
Well, now I've heard, and I call this the Taylor Swift syndrome, where, you know, we're close to Branson. We're about 90 miles from Branson. And you get a young girl up there that may have run away from home. She's got her guitar and some clothes, and then she may meet some guy and he says, hey, you're good, you know, and here's what I do, you know, and he has no idea of the music industry, but I can make you as big as Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
So then it becomes a matter of trust over the lies, you know, and the next thing, well, she's doing him favors, and at the same time, she thinks he's trying to get her a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's exactly right. And we call that the romantic or the Romeo sex trafficker. There's multiple variations of traffickers. One is a Romeo, one's a guerrilla style, and a guerrilla style is going to be much more abusive and physical, much more harsh to get what they demand. The Romeo scenario is going to be more of a wine and dine you and buy you tons of gifts and I love you and you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. And then they might turn around and say, well, I've put all this effort and money into you and now I'm in a lot of debt and I don't know what I'm going to do about it, and somehow convince you that it's your idea to maybe go out and have sex with someone for money and make money to help them because they've done all this to help you. And so there's just multiple ways that looks, but in every scenario, they seem to make it look like and convince you that this was your idea or you're doing it to help them, that you want to do it, that it's a necessity. They also work a lot like gangs, I would say, where gangs bring about the mentality of family. They very much run on a mentality of we're a family. You're never going to be alone again. We are always there for each other. Some of the slang terms that they use, they will often have their victims refer to the pimp as daddy because they're a father figure. And so it very much works on the scenario of convincing you that this is your family. And a lot of times kids in these situations, like you mentioned earlier, maybe they're a runaway and they don't have that family scenario. Maybe they aren't a runaway, but even at home, they don't have that family scenario that they're looking for. They want that family situation that they're dreaming of, and they provide that for them. You know, we're a family. I'm the daddy. I, bring home money. I buy basically, you go out and do the work, but I'm coming up with all the ideas and I'm paying all the bills and I'm taking care of you and you never have to need anything again. And so there's just multiple ways that this can look, but in all of them, the victim is convinced, in a brainwashed like scenario that this is a good thing. This is how it works. This is what family or love looks like.
And this goes all over the country, even in Arkansas.
All over the country, all over Arkansas. I guarantee you this is happening in your hometown, wherever you live in Arkansas. So it's one of those things. It's hard for people to believe that that's happening where they live. but it is. And the other part of that is you really have to expand your mentality about what it looks like. You really have to think of it in more forms than just a kidnapped victim who is being forced to do this. This could be a grandfather who is trafficking his grandkids. It could be mom's boyfriend is trafficking her. It could be the 16-year-old boy is trafficking his 15-year-old girlfriend at school. There's just so many ways, which is another reason, Brent, that this is hard to it's hard to identify and it's hard to then prosecute because there's so many variations of what it looks like that even though it's happening right under your nose, so many people fail to see it for what it is.
Right. And I want to clarify something too, is that, a lot of people, when they think of trafficking, they're thinking about movement. And in a realistic world, trafficking can actually happen out of their own home. They don't have to be moved out of their home to be trafficked. So
yeah, most of the victims that we see they live at home every day. They sleep in their beds every night.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
let's talk real quick about this. We've got about 4 minutes left here on the missing side here. Justin O'Rig from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, missing date 2/6/20, age 36, 5'7", weight 130 pounds. Last seen in the Pine Bluff area. If you know his whereabouts, call the Pine Bluff Police Department at 870-543-5105. Is there another one, Brett?
I believe there's one, I think his name's, I'm not sure how I'm pronouncing this, Draco?
Draco? Okay, let's bring that up real quick. Draven Draco Fawcett, age 17, missing date 4/27/20, 135 pounds, white male, 5 foot tall. Once again, missing from the Fort Smith area, 479-709-5100 on that missing person there.
And I believe with him, he was missing before and was found, and he voluntarily is missing again. So
voluntarily?
Yes. So I'm not sure what the situation is, but runaway.
Yeah. Okay.
So. But anyway, on this sex trafficking, I was curious. Last night I started looking at what Arkansas has been doing. And so I looked at the Federal Human Trafficking Report. And Arkansas is ranked 32nd in conviction rates. And what's shocking is, we know it's out there. And like you said, it's so hard to find. A lot of it has to do with the victims. Victims do not want to speak up.
They're scared to death.
They're scared to death. And just last year, Arkansas only had 5 cases. 5 cases prosecuted. And there's more, because I think there was and I'm not sure where my stats are here, but I think there was like over 1,000 something, 131 if I remember right, possible cases, or even brought up to law enforcement, and there was only 5 cases tried in court. So
and I think only one of those was actually, I think only one of those 5 was actually, there was a conviction out of it, if I remember correctly.
Right. So, I mean, what does Arkansas need to do? Is there more training need involved, or stricter laws on this, or maybe a possibility of both?
I think possibility of both for sure, but definitely training is a huge factor. A lot of our basic beliefs, I guess we could say here at the foundation, is education is the primary goal to stopping all of this. Education is the biggest answer that we can come up with, and it's not only education for kids and parents, it's education for our law enforcement as well, because believe it or not, there's a lot of law enforcement out there that aren't aware of what all of this looks like and how to handle it, what to do, how to identify it, that kind of thing. It's still new to a lot of law enforcement, and a lot of the small towns out there don't get as much law enforcement training and education as, let's say, some of the bigger cities in Arkansas. They're going to be able to afford that and have more manpower to be able to get that education. So definitely education is a huge factor.
Running short on time, about 30 seconds. Genevieve, your final thoughts for this Monday?
Yeah, speaking of education, educate yourself. Learn what sex trafficking looks like, what it looks like here in our state in Arkansas, how to identify it, what you can do about it if you do identify a situation that you think might be trafficking. It's important to identify that as well and make someone aware. See the signs. What are the signs of trafficking, and what do we do about it? Educate yourself.
Very good. Thank you for the information, and we will see you next Monday. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.
Time for a quick break. Be right back.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
7:57, and Brent, I want to recap this. We've had how many victims from? Let's recap this real quick. From 07 to 19, if I'm reading this correctly, 383 cases since 07 with one prosecution on this.
Yes. I'm not sure if that's from 2007 through 2019. They may have just been one conviction from last year, 2019. I do not have the conviction rates from the previous years, according to this. I do know that they identified from 2007 to 2019 that we have identified 1,180 victims and had 383 cases.
1180 was that number?
Yes.
Okay.
And 383 cases from 2007 to 2019.
With only 5 being brought to court with one prosecution.
Yes, that's from last year.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah.
So Arkansas's got a lot of work to do.
So is this? I mean, boy, it's just you almost going to have an undercover type of situation to dig this out.
And I think Genevieve said it correctly. It's education, and we have
being aware of it.
Right. We need to really educate our law enforcement, and I know COVID makes it hard to do. Yeah. For a lot of law enforcement agencies get together and plan this out. We do need the federal government to step in and give assistance to the local law enforcement agencies and get them trained in identifying and things like that. So,
but I'll be honest with you, if the Biden administration comes in with Kamala Harris, I don't think that would happen. Yeah, how she is with the selling of the baby parts.
Right. Yeah, that, and I think they want to defund the police department as well, and so it's and if that's the case, then we're going to see human trafficking increase and skyrocket instead of decrease.
Yeah, both have consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Final thoughts. We're down to about 45 seconds.
This is it's new to us. It's not like an abductor, so to say. Where you mainly have one person trying to stay quiet to do the crime, and with sex trafficking you can have multiple people involved in the situation. So, and they're so quiet, like she said. You know, they tend to brainwash their victims, and that's one of the main problems of conviction rates in Arkansas is we cannot get the victims to speak up.
Boy. Anyway, back more with Missing Monday next week. We got to run. We'll run out of time. Thanks, Brent. See you tomorrow.